Our next travelers will have to claw their way out of the predicament they get themselves into on a very hairy trip from hell. Dallas, Texas gets nearly 30 million visitors every year. And this year, Seth Levy and his unticketed companion are two of them. Seth is looking forward to his visit to the Lone Star State, but he has no idea the trouble he's packing. Seth is traveling from Miami to Dallas to visit his old college roommate.
I was excited to go see my friend. I hadn't seen him in a while.
This particular trip, Seth had to pack by himself because I was working.
The truth is that I usually don't pay attention when I'm packing. I was kind of scrambling, a little bit nervous that I would probably forget something, throwing everything in the bag, and we were rushing because it was getting close to the time where we had to leave to make the airplane in time.
It is not usually a good idea for Seth to pack by himself.
When I heard Kelly honk, I zipped up the bag, ran downstairs, threw the bag in the trunk, and jumped in the car so we could get to the airport on time.
Seth makes it to the airport with minutes to spare.
When I dropped my bag off, I had no idea there was anything unusual. The last time I saw my bag, it was at the counter. It was on its little way to the x-ray machine, and everything seemed fine.
Meanwhile, Kelly returns from the airport to an unusually quiet house.
I have a naughty cat named Gracie May. Gracie can be a very curious cat. She especially likes to climb under things.
Where'd you go?
I got home. Usually, Gracie is waiting right at the bottom of the stairs for me, and she wasn't there.
Gracie May?
Looked in the usual places, and I couldn't find her anywhere. Seth was mid-flight on his way to Dallas. I just left him probably 5 or 6 voicemails and text messages saying, I can't find Gracie. I'm really worried. Call me as soon as you can.
Kelly plasters the neighborhood with flyers and waits for Seth's call.
When I landed in Dallas, I turned on my phone and I saw a variety of messages. I figured Gracie was fine in the house somewhere.
Most of the passengers have already collected their luggage by the time Seth makes it down to baggage claim.
My bag wasn't on the conveyor belt.
In the meantime, Robert Carter, who was on the same flight, has just returned home.
Being in a hurry, I had grabbed the first black bag that I saw coming out of the conveyor.
When he goes to unpack, he's in for quite a surprise. Seth Levy has just arrived at the Dallas airport to find that his bag isn't at the carousel, and his wife back home is frantic that their cat has escaped. Meanwhile, Robert Carter, from the same flight as Seth's, has just come home with what he thinks is his bag. It doesn't take him long to find out that it isn't.
Something crazy jumped out of the suitcase. I had no idea what it was. Maybe a rat, snake, badger, I don't know, honey badger.
Robert grabs a flashlight, a bat, and a pair of leather gloves and goes back to investigate what's hiding under his bed.
I did my most perfect army low crawl up to the bed, lifted up the bed skirt, and shined the light into the eyes of the beast.
The beast under the bed is Gracie May.
This poor little kitten that was as scared, if not more scared than I was. The next morning, I was able to coerce her out from underneath the bed, open up the can of tuna and got her close enough, and realized that it was a kitten that had been well cared for. That's when I found the collar with the phone number on it.
I got a phone call about midday from a gentleman telling me that he had found my cat, and I was thinking that it was somebody in our neighborhood, and I was getting ready to go pick her up when he told me that I was never going to believe him, but he lived in Dallas.
Where?
Excuse me?
Kelly calls Seth to tell him the good news.
I was just stunned.
What?
I had packed my cat in my suitcase. I couldn't believe that she had made it to Dallas and that she was fine.
I just kept wondering how they missed a skeleton going through the x-ray machines at the airport.
Gracie may also survive the temperatures in the cargo hold, which can fall well below freezing.
She must have been in that, like, Goldilocks spot inside the cargo hold. Not too hot, not too cold. Lucky cat.
Robert returns the lost luggage and the stowaway cat, including a souvenir of Gracie May's extraordinary trip.
I thought it'd be fun to pick up a little name tag for Gracie May with what I thought would be maybe a better, more appropriate name for her.
We had a happy ending, and next time I'll think twice when I'm packing my suitcase.